Are in. Let's talk about a rule that's discussed in all levels of basketball, and that's the concept of no middle. When we keep the ball going baseline
and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the ball. And the moment now to check out who the Pelicans have coming up. On Thursday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. They've got Jamal Murray. Harrison Barnes is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Hayward in at small forward. And for Portland, Bismack Biyombo is out there with Aminu. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's McCollum, and it's Graham in it. Hayward grabs the board. Butler with the steal. And here we go. Butler heading to the hoop. And slam dunk by Butler.
This is Butler at his best. I mean, he's a juggernaut player who makes an impact on both ends.
And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
Now here's Hayward. Boy, he was something else against Boston. Good on the triple.
Throughout his career, Barnes has been a consistent three-point shooter. I mean, that's a nice-looking triple right there.
Hayward against Butler. Over Hayward. Shots good from Butler. Butler's got his second basket of the night. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Hayward finds Barton. Murray with it. He's guarded by McCollum. Here's the floater. Murray, good.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
We'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry. What's the news there, David?
Well, Kevin, he said, frankly, their focus is getting stops. They know this team has a lot of offensive firepower. They can beat you in a number of ways, and they can score in a hurry. So the challenge is seeing if the defense can hold up all game long. Guys?
All right, David, sounds like they're very concerned about preventing an early run by their opponent.
No doubt. You don't want to play catch-up if you can avoid it. They're going to lean on their defense to try to keep this game in check.
It'll take tremendous energy and focus any day, but if they can stay locked in, they give themselves a good chance to get the win.
Now here's McCollum following the missed shot by Nurkic. With some arc, and the basket by McCollum.
Love the sensational ball control from McCollum. He makes it look so easy.
Barton kicks to Hayward. Barton passes to Murray. And it's Portland with the rebound, getting their first of the season at this Pelicans team.
And while they swept the season series against them last year, making it pretty clear how much separation exists between the two teams.
Yeah, a lot of people think that separation still exists, but I myself, I want to see what happens in this first game before I make that call.
Here's Barton following the basket by C.J. McCollum. A baseline J, good on the shot.
And the vision of Nurkic, I mean, solid and understanding when to distribute the ball.
Graham, the pass to Butler. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. He can't get that one. An even 3-on-3 break. And the dunk by Barnes.
I love Hayward's activity and anticipation, and then the precision pass.
Here's McCollum. 33 points last game. No good on the last second attempt there. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Tough-nosed Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a friend.
You call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call me.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
They've got Al Farouk Aminu, also Biyombo out there. Jimmy Butler is out there with McCollum, and it's Graham in at point. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
Graham with the ball. He's covered by Murray. Graham with the bucket.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He entered the NBA right out of his freshman year at Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making.
Now here's Murray. He has 6. Shoots over Graham. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, Greg, it's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Here's Graham. He had an 18-point outing in their last game again.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Oh, textbook defense. I mean, it took a good angle to the shooter and bothered the release.
Now here's Barton. Out to Hayward. 6 to shoot. Nurkic trying to get open. Goes back up. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
It's never really easy trying to guard Nurkic. I mean, even when you get physical, he just stays with it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop. And 6 straight playoff appearances for the Blazers under Terry Stotts. Last season making the Western Conference Final.
Yeah, GA, and he was rewarded with a multi-year contract extension. He's done a great job developing their young players while also having them compete at a high level.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws here for the night. The free throw drops for Butler.
Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season, gets out in the country, and puts in that work.
Now here's Murray. He's got 8. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's McCollum. 4-point game. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. High arcing shot. Nurkic with the block.
Oh, this is the impact Nurkic makes on the defensive end. Effective at reaching out and stifling shooters.
And Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
Basket counts. Murray's got the lead up to 4 now for the Pelicans.
Love how creative Murray is with the ball, just dribbling through defenders like it's nothing.
Hayward against Butler. There's the pass to Aminu. Floats it up for Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Oh, and the connection Butler has with his teammates, he knows when they're going to throw it his way.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And here's Here's Nurkic. He picked up 24 points in their last one against the Celtics in Boston.
And look, it was more than his scoring. He was dominant on D. His steal numbers for that game were crazy.
Murray, it's deflected.
He's good at leaping up to block shots, Kevin. And his meaningless vertical leap helps him big time on the defensive.
8 seconds left here in the second. And here's McCollum for three. Knocks down the three ball. McCollum's got 13 points. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period. And that's going to do it for our...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
So for New Orleans right now, Will Barton is out there with Jamal Murray. Then there's Harrison Barnes. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Hayward in at the 3 slot. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Chris, when you look around the league, who do you feel is the most universally liked player in the league?
That's a good one, because there's so many players with great stories. How about Derrick Rose? Fighting all those injuries, coming back, having a 50-point game, becoming a leader again there in Minnesota. The youngest MVP ever, watching his ups and downs. Luka Doncic. How about that guy? That's just from excitement of play. The fact that he's just infused this Dallas team with energy and fun is so much fun watching him. And then you got to go with the elder statesman. In other words, we call him the old head where I'm from, and that's Vince Carter. If you don't love Vince Carter, something's wrong with you, because he's the line in the sand from Dr. J, Dominique, Jordan, and those dunkers to anything that's happening today. Vince Carter, he's the man.
Here's Graham. Nurkic with the block.
Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout just to try to settle things down.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
New Orleans shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
He hits the second from the line. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. McCollum against Barton. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Nurkic with the block.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Barton throws it down.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Graham, the pass to McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Barnes kicks to Murray. From 10 feet out, Nurkic buries it down low. And it's an 8-point New Orleans lead.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, and Greg, they've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and then that helps account for their lead.
Here's McCollum. Nurkic with the block.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Hayward passes to Murray. Barton outside. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Murray. Just 5 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Al-Farouq Aminu.
And Murray has it all. A deadly shooter and a remarkable penetrator. Terrific guard play.
And so Murray nails both of them.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, they have to regroup and revisit their strategy at the defensive end.
And here's a look at some numbers for Hayward.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Butler deciding where to go with it. And he makes that one. Butler's got 10 points in the game.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by New Orleans.
Murray with it. 14 points for him. There's 45 seconds left in the third.
And can't get too handsy with Murray, especially when he's rising up for the shot.
He's gone 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
And with numbers like this, how about 87% on the year? He's been somebody they love having at the line.
43 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now Graham. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Oh, I like the opportunistic energy from Barnes right there, really putting the defense in a challenging situation.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Trailblazers trail by 11. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. McCollum against Barton. 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock at 6. McCollum fires from way outside. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
It's a long game. It's a long game.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And for Portland, they're shooting around 41% on the night. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, Al Farouk Amino is out there with Jimmy Butler. And there's Bismack Biyombo. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Graham in at the point guard. There's the feed to Butler. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Butler's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Trailblazers. Murray surveying the D. No good with the layup.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low.
Butler dishes to Graham. Pass to Aminu. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And a miss there on the triple.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's Biyombo. And then Biyombo with the dunk.
And a long windup and strong follow through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Now here's Murray. He's guarded close. He dishes it to Barnes. Barton outside. Kicks it to Hayward. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Nurkic. And that's going to be a travel. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Back to McCollum. Shoots over Barton. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Gotta like how calm McCullough is. Even in big parts of the game, you can depend on him to step his game up.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
Now, that's what coaches are paid to do, right? I mean, curious to see what they go with here.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jusuf Nurkic.
And guys, it's been a rugged brand of defense he's played. I don't know why they keep taking the ball at it. It seems like every time they have, he's come up with the rejection. And with every block, he's only gotten more and more fired up.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I got a chance to find out what Alvin Gentry talked about with his players. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Thank you, David. Murray outside. Nurkic, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Now, this is what you want from Nurkic, a fearless player who welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's McCollum. Lays it up off the glass. McCollum's got 19 points.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
It would be a shame to make all this progress and let them off the hook. Got to keep the pressure on.
Here's Nurkic. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Nurkic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be nice to have that combination of height and skill. You know you can get your shot off pretty much against anyone.
Passes it to Aminu, and stolen by Murray. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. Offensive rebound. Out to Hayward. Fires the three. The shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. To the inside, Butler. And the call on the shot, it sends him to the line.
Well, it's clear that Butler doesn't fear anyone. I mean, he's relentless in how he attacks.
And so Butler nails both of them.
And that would have been a killer if he missed one of those, but he was rock solid. That trims the lead now to a one-possession game.
Murray finds Nurkic. Back to Murray. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nurkic can't hit. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 3. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a 5.
Yeah, they have a little time to work with. The most important thing is to make whatever you take.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Let's see what they run here. This is not the time to panic. Work the offense.
Outside Butler. McCollum outside to tie it up. The 3 won't fall.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, you see him close that gap. What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
And so timeout taken by Alvin Gentry. So it's a narrow victory for New Orleans, pulling it out for a W. They break the hearts of every... David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.